2 months ago, I shopped around for homeowner insurance. And when I signed up with West Bend Insurance to switch, they assumed, I don't know why they assumed, but they assumed that I was in Bloomington Township. And I'm up here by the orchard, so I'm nowhere near Bloomington Township. And we, it'd been about 2 or 3 weeks after signing up with this new insurance company that I get a phone call from my insurance agent. And he said, Ms. Neal, I'm really sorry, I've made a mistake. We investigated where your home is located and found that you're actually in Washington Township. And I said, yes, I could have told you that. But he said, unfortunately, because you're not in Bloomington Township, you're in Washington Township, that has now increased your homeowner's insurance by $200. So not all homeowners insurance will decrease as much as some. Mine increased quite a bit.
Yeah, on the staffing situation, I talked to the fire chief several times. He uses some temporaries and some other stuff out there. I don't know how that works into the mix. But he told me that he had 15 firemen. So, you know, if he's got 4 per shift, that would be 12 at that place, plus the 6 up here, that's 18. So I'm not, and plus
We
he has.
do, we got, out here at the temporary station, there's 2 guys there right now.
Right.
With, if we were in the Northern Territory, with the new station over there, that would be fully staffed with 4 guys out there over there on Cook property.
Okay.
That's the way it was set up.
Well, so you and I are in agreement that the plan would be.
No, we're not in agreement at all. When you telling the people here that there's 2 people there, there's 2 people here, and it takes 4 to fight a fire. That's the only thing you're correct on. It does take 4 guys to fight a fire, but it's not 2 from there and 2 from here. They're fully staffed at station 5 there. 24/7. 32 years of fire service right here. I know my numbers, okay?
And it wouldn't surprise me at all if the plans were forward to new fire stations.
It's 4 over there. It will
But
be
I've
with
been
the new
told that
station.
there
It
are
will be
2
4 over
plus
there.
a shift leaders that are up at the fire station on the hill on night shift, on the shifts.
Do what now?
I told that there were 2 firemen plus a shift
Well, you were
leader.
told wrong.
Well,
I think that's enough.
I
for
asked
that
a lot of
question.
questions. I can't help what people
Well,
tell
you're
me.
told wrong.
That's
Don't-
one
That's
of
another
the
need. Drive
advantages.
up there and ring the bell. See how many guys answer?
I have done that a lot of times.
Okay.
But that's one of the advantages of being elected or being on the board is you can insist on answers that are correct and that are not changing all the time.
It's all, you know, when you talk about staffing, you talk about runs and all that, you know what? Those are public records. Anybody can get them. You can go to the city and find out how much I make in a
I
given year.
have asked.
How long I've
I have
been there.
asked
It's
and
that
asked.
simple.
It's
It's
funny.
public record. We're paid by the taxpayers. It's public record.
You know, when you request over and over and over the proper channels, you don't get the information, then what options do you have?
We've had this for 18 months, it's not the first night, I promise you that.
It's public record.
Yes,
Yes, it is.
Like, we have a question over here, I think.
Yeah, so the main thing for me, and it's something that I strive for myself in my personal life, is just character, okay? Golden rule, right? And the main reason why I think we need to change in the township, okay, that's why I'm gonna vote for you guys. But I'm gonna hold you guys to a high standard, because that's what you said you'd do for us, okay? So I think all of us can say that our existing township board has been subpar, right? How can you raise someone's property taxes 900% and they find out about it when they get the tax bill, you know?
I agree.
Something like that. So I think, you know, fire territory, all that stuff aside, yeah, that's good stuff to talk about. I think it's an integrity issue. It speaks a lot about the existing township's character, you know, their ethics. I think it needs to change. From my point of view.
I'm done.
Any other questions?
We can do other questions besides fire territory and fire services too. I'm gonna give you one last chance, but we obviously know that you're the opposing candidate and we're gonna have differences of
You
opinion.
know, I'm also.
And
a
we can
member of the
agree to
township.
disagree.
I'm also a member of the township.
That's fine,
Okay?
that's fine.
All right? So, worst case scenario, Bloomington Township pulls out their fire territory. They're gone, 12 months from now. You guys are gonna contract maybe with Ellisville from what Troy's talked about. Do you guys realize everybody on this side of the highway's 14 miles away? What are you guys gonna do?
There's more than just Ellisville that we can look at.
Who else?
Benton,
Oh, and that's just strictly volunteer, is it not, Kenny? Are they
currently,
there during the day?
currently, yes, but if they join the
How many
district.
guys?
You seem to know all the numbers, so I'm not
How
gonna
many
say that.
guys?
You're the number king. We've determined that, we'll give you that one. All right, anybody else have any questions? Because we're going
Thanks
to,
for answering my question, Kenny.
This guy has a question.
I like to know what his name is, so I don't know the fire department.
I don't know, Chapman, where do you, city?
City, 32 years.
How many structure fires has been in this township?
Do what?
How many structure fires in the last year has been in this township?
Is it structure fires? You think that's the most important thing? How many EMS,
Maybe.
how many EMS runs have we had?
I didn't ask that.
Okay,
I said,
I have no idea.
yeah?
He's a city fireman, but there has been brush fires, and there's a couple fires
fair
down
guess.
our way on Denimore.
A
Nothing
guess?
horrible,
What would I guess?
but that's not.
I believe the answer to your question is 2.
How many heart attacks has there been? Can you answer that?
No, I can't.
Okay, thank you,
That's why I gotta ask.
thank you. You're on a fireman.
Any other questions?
Maybe we just need the emergency truck and not no fire.
I've had, you're one of many people that I have talked to that, in all seriousness, that's their concern. And I still go back to, we have an aging community out here. We have farm equipment. We have dangerous situations. There are more EMS runs and calls than there ever will be fires. And that, I mean, I don't want to say that that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I mean, that's the truth.
Any other questions?
I'd just like to thank you guys for stepping up for the township and trying to take care of everybody, the elderly, everybody that's involved with the township, hearing their voices, taking all that input in consideration and striving to make the township a better place.
Thank you.
And I'd just like to introduce myself. I'm running to be on the board for Bloomington, and Dawn also. So, we're out here, I'm trying to understand this. It's fairly complex. And there are a lot of different ways you could go. And I've been concerned too about the interstate cutting part of you away from where a firehouse might be.
Well, keep in mind, now that it's, if it ever gets done, I think we'll all be amazed and we'll be happy. But I mean, I think everyone here would have to agree that getting access north and south and being able to get across is way better than it ever has been. I mean, trying to get across 37 years and years ago, it was a crapshoot. Being able to get to frontage roads, get to sample or chambers and getting across, it is a much better design, faster response times forward, whether it be fire or EMS. It's been a long time coming. We've all had to deal with all the impacts of the traffic and things of that nature, but it's headed in the right direction.
One other thing that might happen is, the city might annex a lot of Bloomington Township. Just cut it in half. What, no?
Yeah, there's, I mean,
So there.
that's a whole nother bag of worms that we don't, that annexation,
Who's going to support it? Right.
yeah, that's a whole, that's another meeting.
You know, it was a fireman that saved that.
Hey, you brought up a
establishing a TIF,
Yes.
that's, I can't remember what TIF stands for.
Don't quote me on this because I'm not an expert on TIF, but I am learning as I go. We can impose a TIF on commercial businesses along the I-69 corridor. And correct me guys if I start going astray, because
We can request it, work with the county.
we can request it, work with the county, and what it would do is it would impose a special tax on them to help ease the burden to support their businesses and things with fire, EMS, and that type of services.
My understanding of what a TIF does is it basically reduces the taxes for commercial businesses.
Does what?
Special- Reduces the taxes or freezes the taxes for a long period of time, no?
Wilmington uses TIFs all the time, and the idea would be is you're gonna spend $2 million for a fire station, you may be able to get a TIF to raise taxes for those people, those commercial customers in that corridor to help pay off that $2 million fire
Okay.
station.
Okay. And how's the zoning out here for, that would be my big.
That's a whole nother question as well.
That I don't know.
Trying to attract businesses to Washington Township, whether you got a TIF or not, would be fantastic, but I'm not sure how you can actually.
Well, we know we're getting one.
Which one is that?
We're getting a truck stop. So that may or may not be a good thing, but yeah.
Where are you getting the truck stop?
South of the, I've always called it the BP or whatever the station on the hill. It's been everything under the sun.
Nature's Way?
I'm sorry.
Next to Nature's Way?
Yes, sir. Yes, I don't know exactly where, but somewhere south of the old station. I keep wanting to call it Love's. What's the other? No. Pilot truck stop. From a water standpoint, we're all for it because they showers and you got people in there.
Yeah, I heard that they had zoned it so that there wouldn't be any truck stops.
Part of Kreider and Kreider's deal to get involved with taking over 69 had dealings with that. And I'm not trying to hide anything. I don't know all and I don't want to give false information about a deal that I don't know about, but that's what I've been told through the grapevine.
Well, that's fantastic, that's great.
And I would assume that, and I can't remember who I was speaking with earlier before the meeting started. I mean, that's a problem that we've got is all the restrictions and different things that we've got, we kind of handcuff ourselves to attract business, to attract growth. Because, you know, you got people that are pros and cons on that too, as far as what kind of businesses we attract and where they're at and that type of thing. But, you know, those are big tax revenue generators.
They generate that much tax on new businesses, our property tax is gonna drop.
They wouldn't go up.
Yeah, I don't know how that, I mean, it would help the overall cause. Now, whether I can say, common sense I would think so.
They'll probably go up at a decreasing rate. They'll always go up.
I think you're right. I think the overall, I mean, it's gonna go up, what, 2% every year.
I'm not exactly sure. How do you put a truck stop someplace and you can't drive an 18-wheeler to it? Because you got 3 roundabouts.
I think, and here again, I don't know that answer, but I'm assuming that there's gonna be some kind of egress off of 69 specifically for it. I don't think it'll go through. Again, I don't know.
Because the way I look at it, we've lost all the commercial property for commercial businesses in Washington Township because of 69's design. Because there is no good access, and we only have 3 roundabouts to go through now. And I've seen 18-wheelers go 2 roundabouts. They go straight through and take out the sign because they don't want to mess with all that garbage. And the only one that's going to stay in business is Oliver's Winery because people will drive there. And I guess somehow or another they'll get trucks in there. But we've lost all of our other businesses, and the only ones that's still alive is Thompson.
Yeah.
You know, so I looked and I told Peggy Mayfield, our state representative, I said, you built this highway, you designed this highway to stifle business in Washington Township because there is no access.
I know from the water company standpoint, we've lost a lot of commercial, but we've also lost a ton of residential.
Yes.
I mean,
And nobody's gonna wanna build a house right next to an interstate highway. So the best thing to do was to have better access on and off 69 to these points. But then you know, and I was saying the state ought to give our township property up there around Chambers Pike Bridge, and then they ought to create an access to get on and off 69 if needed, just like they did down there on the south part of 69, south of Bloomington. As they did put in access points for EMS and fire truck, and put very good in, but they did put some in.
Questions?
I sure hope they put a gas station up there. I'm tired of going to town to get gas in my car.
I don't know how you're gonna build an interchange for truck stops, unless you're only gonna do it from, North Fountain Lane.
As I understand it, those roundabouts are built, so the wheels, the semis can go up on that curve or something,
But a semi driver is not going to drive through that. Why do you think we need to be closed? They stayed alive a lot longer than I thought, and nobody wanted to get off there. If you're heading southbound, you wanna go to that PP, you had to go through 3 roundabouts and then drive down another frontage road to get to the back door of the station? I mean, that was just ridiculous.
Any other questions? Well, in conclude, I just want to thank everybody for showing up. You know, it's been informative. I hope we've at least enlightened you a little bit and educated you a little bit. And, you know, I ask that you talk to your neighbors, your friends, get them out on November 6th to vote. Keep in mind that the street ticket only works on the front side, and on the back side where you're trustee and board and that type of stuff, you know, that's where we need you to pay attention and remember your ABCs at that. Okay, I didn't realize. Okay, so what is Morgan Monroe Forest Fire Department range of authority and responsibility for fire protection?
That's the fire headquarters for the state of Indiana.
Okay, I have to, I mean, I don't know the answer to that question.
Respond to states, from what I understand, respond to state fires, and state problems.
Okay, which would make sense because it is a state entity.
In past meetings, I brought that up. I was trying to say